Hey, welcome to Socialism for All. This file is being recorded for the August 2022 edition of Socialism for All. It's an audiobook and discussion of More About Nationalism by Lenin from 1914. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe and consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/socialismforall. There's a link to Patreon in the video description. So this piece was published in Put Pravdy number 17, February 20, 1914. Published here according to the text in Put Pravdy. The source is Lenin Collected Works, Progress Publishers, 1972, Moscow, Volume 20. Translated by Bernard Isaacs and the late Joe Feinberg. HTML transcription and markup by R. Simbala, and it's in the public domain at the Lenin Internet Archive within the Marxists Internet Archive, marxists.org. Thanks as usual to MIA for hosting this and thousands of other free Marxist texts. So let's get into the audiobook. In our day, when attempts are being made to stage another Bilas case, the nationalist propaganda could bear more frequent scrutiny. The nature of this propaganda was revealed with striking clarity at the recent Second Congress of Representatives of the All Russia National Association. Quick footnote, what was the Bilas case? Bilas was the name of a Russian Jewish man who was accused of ritual murder and put on a lengthy trial. It's a good example of anti-Jewish discrimination in the Russian Empire, and it was later fictionalized in a book called The Fixer. Continuing. It would be highly erroneous to think that the significance of this propaganda is negligible, inasmuch as this entire All Russia Association, which was represented only by 21 delegates from all over Russia, is negligible and fictitious, a mere shadow. The All Russia National Association is insignificant and a shadow, but its propaganda is backed by all the parties of the right and by all the official institutions. Its propaganda is conducted in every village school, every military barrack, and in every church. The following is a press report of a paper read at this Congress on February 2. Quote, Savenko, a member of the Duma, the Russian parliament, read a paper on Mazepism, as the Ukrainian movement is called in the jargon of the nationalists. Savenko expressed the opinion that the separatist tendencies, i.e. for secession from the state, among the Belarusians and the Ukrainians were particularly dangerous. The Ukrainian movement constituted a specially great and real menace to the integrity of Russia. The immediate program of the Ukrainians was federalism and Ukrainian autonomy. The Ukrainians linked their hopes of autonomy with the defeat of Russia in a future war with Austria-Hungary and Germany. On the ruins of Great Russia, an autonomous Poland and an autonomous Ukraine would be founded under the scepter of the Habsburgs and within the boundaries of Austria-Hungary. If the Ukrainians really succeeded in tearing their 30 million away from the Russian people, it would mean the end of the Great Russian Empire. Applause. Unquote. Footnote there, what is Mazepism? J.S. Mazepa lived 1644 to 1709. For a number of years conducted treasonable negotiations with the King of Poland and subsequently with the King of Sweden for the secession of the Ukraine from Russia. In 1708, he openly sided with Charles XII. After the defeat of the Swedes at Poltava in 1708, Mazepa escaped to Turkey with Charles XII. Back to the text. Why is this, quote, federalism no obstacle to the integrity of the United States or of Switzerland? Why is autonomy no obstacle to the integrity of Austria-Hungary? Why has autonomy even cemented the ties between Britain and many of her colonies for a long time to come? Mr. Savenko has presented his case for, quote, nationalism in such a ridiculous light that he has made it extremely easy to refute his ideas. The integrity of Russia, if you please, is, quote, menaced by the autonomy of the Ukraine, whereas the integrity of Austria-Hungary is cemented by universal suffrage and the autonomy of her various regions. Is this not very strange? Will it not occur to those who read and hear this, quote, nationalist propaganda to ask why it is impossible to cement the integrity of Russia by granting autonomy to the Ukraine? By persecuting subject peoples, the landlord and bourgeois nationalists try to split and corrupt the working class, the better to be able to dupe it. The class-conscious workers retaliate by demanding complete equality and unity for the workers of all nationalities in practice. In declaring the Belarusians and Ukrainians to be subject peoples, the nationalist gentry forget to add that the Great Russians, the only non-aliens in Russia, that is to say Russians proper. Everyone else in the Russian Empire was known by some other name, White Russians, Little Russians, or something else, but were not considered, quote, Great Russians, constitute only 43% of the population. Hence, the subject peoples, in other words, people who are not, quote, Great Russians, are in the majority. How then can the minority keep its hold on the majority if it offers the latter no benefits, the benefits of political freedom, national equality, and local and regional autonomy? By persecuting the Ukrainians and others for their, quote, separatism, for their secessionist strivings, the nationalists are upholding the privilege of the great Russian landlords and the great Russian bourgeoisie to have, quote, their own state. The working class is opposed to all privileges. That is why it upholds the right of nations to self-determination. The class-conscious workers do not advocate secession. They know the advantages of large states and the amalgamation of large masses of workers. But large states can be democratic only if there is complete equality among the nations. That equality implies the right to secede. The struggle against national oppression and national privileges is inseparably bound up with the defense of that right. So that's the end of the text. Just to make a few comments here about the end. Lenin talks about this a lot, about how socialists do not advocate secession per se as just like standard course, like the socialist thing is to secede. No. Actually, Lenin says, all other things being equal, it is better to have a larger state where there can be more centralization of industry, more planning, etc., etc. But that is all things being equal. In some cases, secession does make more sense, although it is less preferable from the other lens of having a large state. In other words, Lenin was very much opposed to federalism, which he considered, like sort of the anarchist petty bourgeois vision of things, just have all these tiny little autonomous regions in a federation. That is more the anarchist position as a sort of matter of principle and ideology. Socialists, on the other hand, would prefer, if anarchists prefer that, all things being equal, socialists prefer the opposite, all things being equal. But that said, socialists also uphold the right to secede if that is what the nations want. And as he concludes, the struggle against national oppression and national privileges is inseparably bound up with the defense of that right. All right, we're going to leave it there for now. What do you think? Leave a question or comment in the comments area below. We'll continue the discussion there as always. Otherwise, thanks for listening. And thanks to the current patrons whose names are on the screen. If you'd like to get your name on the screen, head to patreon.com/socialismforall. You can sign up for $2 a month or more, whatever you see fit. Every donation is encouraging, and all the support has allowed me to spend a lot more time creating content for the channel, so thank you all very much. Then, after the content is uploaded, engagement counts. Like, share, subscribe. All that stuff helps YouTube to recommend this content to more people and keep the audience expanding at a time when capitalism is going through major crises. And really, the quality of the left needs to improve. We need to get back to Marxism, Marxism-Leninism, and studying these texts is a quick and easy route to getting to a more historically literate, theoretically literate, class-conscious place. Thanks again, and we'll catch you in the next video.